them on drug fucking language shin, you know?
Oh, really? Now I see Doug Huggins, Larry O'Toole, and Des Hearns.
There you are. Now, away you go. Let them in.
No, well,
Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm not saying let them in. I'm just
Hang on,
listing the
Mario.
names.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not.
know, we can hang on for a while, Jerry, because we've a quarter of an hour left, so I wouldn't
okay.
wouldn't be rushing.
No, I'm not. I'm just taking down names, so as I know who's here. If you know what I mean. For my own.
Do you see the thing on the right hand side, Anthony, of the if you go up at the participants?
Yeah.
That's what Rosie was talking about. And you get them a search. You can actually search when you let them in. You can search then.
Yeah.
And that's where you can mute them along there too. You know?
I think I might try and mute my Irony Crony, and now she's whistling in my ear.
Impossible.
See these earphones? I'm hearing her in my ear. Now let me get me cup of tea before all this starts. I'm only finished me coddle.
I'm going coddle. God help us.
It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was spectacular.
Now.
Spectacularly lovely.
Okay.
Now, a bit of banana bread made by my true love here on the other side of the...
Right, I'm going to... Back in a minute.
I like the red lipstick, Marta. Is Hawaii in Groningen, daar waar ik toe meenten. Won't you pistachio sugar? I forgot about that. Behave myself. That's lovely. Yes, grab me an icing on glár le chur an bláta.
Yeah, I know.
Twas the day the men from Crossmaglen put the whiskey in me tay. I'm more zero a hagging there, Rudy. You should give a gesture to my curve. A close wow.
Nish. Thank God.
Did you do that to me, Marta? Put my face on, yeah?
No, shouldn't the Harleen or thought to our Zoom, being to our Zoom.
I know, but it's speaker view, but I wasn't talking. I'll put it on the gallery view.
Ah, right, okay. Okay. What do I need to do now? I need to.
Well, what's gallery view? Okay, it can be open there, Jerry.
Absolutely. That was the first time we'd been in a supermarket today. We went out to Super Quinn in Lucan. Very uncomfortable altogether there. Too too many people altogether, you know, and
Yeah.
people not paying even the slightest attention, and very few people wearing face masks.
Ask
Pretty
him,
uncomfortable.
ask him, was he working face masks? Have they started?
Chantal wants to know were they wearing face masks.
No,
No,
Jerry.
very few.
It was
Rosie
Jerry.
and I were.
Yeah. Because can you hear me, Jerry?
Yes, I can hear you, Chantal.
Because we actually managed to get a whole pile of them in Lidl, and we've just started wearing the face masks when we're shopping or out where there's lots of people.
Yeah. I think it's very wise, Chantal.
So you just feel safer or something?
Yeah.
You just feel, yeah.
Particularly indoors, you know.
Yeah, no, the indoors place. Yeah, that's where we've been wearing them. And when we were up minding Antona's sister, who's 85.
He's not.
84.
He's 83, will be 84.
She's about to be 84. But it just feels good. I don't know, it just feels safer.
When you get to the age that your sister is now, Anton, I think you're splitting hairs there now.
She's only 83 and a half. 83 and 3/4.
But I think, because it seems to me just out and about that very few people are wearing them, and I think that's going to change. I think more and more people are going to start wearing them.
Yeah. Well, I think signals being given from the government too tonight. I think this is giving people. I sort of have this impression that's giving them the wrong impression that we're over the worst of it type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm really just still very nervous about what's going to happen. You know.
I agree with you completely, but you know what? And I agree with what you've just said, absolutely. But on the other hand, the news from around the world is saying something very different, where there are all these resurges in all kinds of countries who thought they had it under control. Yeah. And I suspect that is going to get worse. Yeah.
China too, and particularly like that's. I think they thought that they were out the gate, like, you know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it has flared again.
Yeah. South Korea the same.
Yeah.
Which was a model of how to deal with this.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then this thing that the Chinese one, that they think it's a European strain of it.
Oh, that's going to come out this evening. That's the first I heard of that this evening now. I didn't hear anything about that before.
Well,
I just thought, oh.
Yeah. So, anyway, well, we shall see, but
see. Yeah. No.
I think it's going to develop.
Hi, how are you, Frank? How are you, Mick?
All
right, Jerry. How's it going?
Nice to see you both.
Oh, good. All surviving.
All surviving. Just saying to Anthony there that we were out shopping in Super Value in Lucan today, and I was very uncomfortable altogether. There's too many people and nobody doing social distancing, and very few people wearing face masks.
I see very few people wearing face masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, at the beginning they were telling people not to bother wearing them. Now
That's true. I agree with you, Anthony. They made a mess of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Where did that come from, Maureen McNally's face is screen sharing? You're muted, Mara. You're.
Sorry, Jerry. No, I had to turn on screen sharing for Zoom's day.
Yeah.
So I've turned it off now, so we're safe enough.
Safe enough. No.
Rosie's joining, but she's taking ages. She might want to leave and come back in, to be honest with you. If you wanted to say it for downstairs.
Okay, yeah. Rosie, Mara said it's taking ages for it to get you on. Do you want to leave and come back in again? He is doing. I don't know, I suppose you should start letting people in now. It's about, what,
Yeah.
8 minutes too, yeah?
Jerry, I got
Rosie
a,
Davis there now.
Sorry,
Sorry, Frank.
I got an invitation to join one of these seminars, Zoom seminar with for various people who are running different festivals.
Oh yeah, but I put that up on I put that up on what you call it, on WhatsApp.
That's a different one. That's a different one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The one I got was for our particular festival.
Okay.
And basically, they just want us to go and share with other people who are running festivals what we plan, how we plan to manage, and all that. So it's more about helping other.
Can you give me a ring about that in the morning, Frank? Tomorrow.
This meeting is recorded. Sit.
Hi all, hi Jerry.
Hi.
Hello everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Tim, how are you?
How are you?
We'll soon be back to normal. Not quite, but we're getting there. Getting there.
What is?
Yeah.
What is
A good
normal?
day. A good day.
Hello.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, Maliki.
See, Jerry.
What time is it there, Maliki?
Maliki, hello.
Will you change my name, please?
How are you?
Yes, I will.
Brigitte, there seems to be two of you. Oh, well, the other one's gone. Finally, there were two screens with your name on. But it's nice to see you. Even though it's one.
The letters into Kerry, Tim. I wonder.
Say that again.
Likewise, Green.
Hi, Anne.
Hi,
Brigitte,
everybody.
your other half is back again.
Hello.
Brigitte, you're up twice again.
I'm up twice again. How come
Oh,
then?
no, then it just went again and became somebody else. They keep seeing.
Frank, come August to be able to climb Mount Lambton.
Flowers and medical.
Yes, but that's when I cut the. If I cut off my video, then that's what appears.
Yeah, well, in that case, you're on twice because that is there as well.
Oh.
Have a look at the well, actually, at the moment on my screen, it's about 6 away from where your face is.
Yeah, Brigitte, you're there twice.
Okay, I'll try to sort that out then.
Twice. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Have we lost everything, or is it just me?
Hi, Anne.
Hello.
You were going to send me an email link to something, weren't you?
What? I can't remember what for.
Sounds familiar, Anne.
The picture.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good evening.
Marge here.
How are you all?
Hello,
Hi,
Marge.
Marge. How's it going?
Hey.
Nice to hear
Anne, you
you.
were going to send me David Kidman's link.
Right.
Sorry?
It's not until another week.
Right. Well, I'll talk to you Monday anyway.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is Desi calling from Waterford.
Wow.
Jesse.
Hi, Desi.
Waterford,
Oh, yes.
sir.
You have to get a GH into it, Desi. Wow.
Punctuation.
No, you have to say Waterford by.
Watford by Watford.
Waterford by.
And if you're addressing a lady, you say, good evening, girl.
Good evening, Gareth.
How many hours are in that, Des? About 3 hours.
How many F's in Phoenix?
There's my grandfather was stuck in Watford.
Oh, yes. I know it well.
Yeah.
My partner used to teach school down there.
well,
way back.
long since settled out with my father, but that's where our branch of the Burks came
Can
from.
you hear me?
Lovely. Oh. No.
I mean, the barber shops be open shortly. I'll be able to get my haircut. You have to make an appointment, I'd say.
I'm willing to rent Rosie's haircutting skills out, Pat.
See, Mick Keeley got a slight haircut. See that?
He did.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Mick yet. I haven't seen Mick's head yet now.
That's a Tala haircut.
It is.
About an hour, Pat. That's terrible.
That's a Tala haircut, Mick.
Now.
My son Kieran now lives in Tala, and he also has a Tala haircut. It's so good job.
It looks
famous.
It looks more like a Charlie Pringle.
No, I think it's
Stop work there.
Fourpence.
that's the
I am
Taliban.
here.
The Taliban.
As the sergeant said to the soldier one morning, he said, "Sonny," he said, "you stood well back from the razor this morning."
Is Pat Burke there?
Yes, I'm here.
Pat, there was a bit of correspondence earlier. I was at that match and LA played the whole match.
All right.
Yeah, he played the whole match with Santos.
I wasn't aware of that now. I wasn't aware of that. I thought my father was on it along with my uncle, and I thought that he was there but didn't play.
Oh, he played, yeah.
Was it a Bowes drum selection?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bowes drum selection, Pat.
Sorry, was I thought that, yeah.
Johnny Fulham was marking
Warren, Jerry.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Warren, Jerry.
Hi, Dan.
Lynn.
Must be someone talking from America there.
Morning.
How are you, Tim? How are you, Tim? Cunas Fee?
On a Wi-Fi.
Where can I do you?
I'm in Chuck Strong the car up.
I just fired down.
Well, he's queuing in the Morskanohi.
It's okay. It's okay.
What needs queuing, Captain?
Running up.
There's my kitty now. I see him, yeah.
Frank.
How you, Pa?
With his sneaky haircut.
And Mick.
Actually, compared to my other son's haircut, it doesn't look that bad.
No, it's not bad. It's not professional. It's not bad.
Hello, Dan.
Semi-professional.
How's Connecticut? Dan Milner. Corin talking. How are you?
Hi, Dan. Marge Steiner here.
Hi, Marge.
Question for the golden oldies there. When was the last time the Góilín was held in Street?
In where?
Here.
Was it O'Neill's in Pearson?
I'm here.
The Trinity Inn.
Trinity Inn.
When was it, Jerry?
Jerry O'Reilly.
Yes, Dan.
What time does the plane take off? I'd like to go back and get some duty free.
Duty free is closed, Dan. I'm sorry.
2 weeks quarantine.
Okay, folks, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna mute everybody, but I'm gonna ask you before I do that, Marge, I can see your microphone, I can see you're muted. If you could unmute yourself, everybody.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Cool. It just means that when I click on you, it means that you will well, hopefully this is how it'll work, that you'll automatically.
Kevin Shelley.
Kevin's on mute.
I'm sorry. Can you?
Okay.
Kevin is still muted.
I'm just gonna mute everyone now.
Nora's still muted.
Des Hearns is mute as well.
I'm unmuted. Do you want me to? Do you want to
No,
mute me?
that's perfect, Marge. You
No,
stay as
Unmute.
yours.
Margaret is
No, everyone's unmuted. Oh, Maury McNally, who tried to screen share. So,
Warren McNally.
Shelley is still muted.
Maureen, if you're gonna, can you unmute yourself, please, if you can hear me? Thank you.
That's it.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna mute everybody now. So,
Kevin Shelley is still muted.
And Des Hearns.
And so is Des Hearns.
Des, will you unmute yourself,
Des
please?
Hearns.
Des Hearns, will you
Mary
unmute
Shelley.
yourself, please?
Des Hearns is still muted. Des,
Okay, well, I just won't call him to sing, so.
Kevin Shelley.
Please.
Unmute yourself.
Okay, so I've just muted everybody because that's what I like to do at the start of the night. Fáilte romh go dtí an Góilín, lán fáilte romh go dtí an Góilín is títhe. We're delighted to have you online again, everybody. We're 48 participants and rising. And I'm going to have a bit of help from a couple of the other committee members tonight. I'm going to have a bit of help from Anthony Farrakhan later on, and I'm going to have a little bit of help from Fergus Russell. And I'm also going to, Jerry O'Reilly is going to sing. He's going to do the three from one of our own spot. So that'll probably cover the whole night, actually, by the time we get all that done. I was desperately trying to contact Eugene McEldowney there, but Eugene wasn't paying attention to my written pleas for attention. So Eugene, can you hear me now? You should be unmuted. Oh, I love it when a plan falls apart. Okay. Eugene McEldowney, right, let's forget that. Okay, so I was going to ask him to sing the first one, but I guess somebody else is going to have to do that. So, Brian O'Tomain and Wiltu and Chin. Brian O'Tomain.
Right, time. I just.
Okay, right. So, Brian, I'm going to ask you to sing the second song, and Rosie, I'm going to ask you to sing the third song, but I'm going to ask Marge Steiner to sing the first song, if that was okay. Can you hear me, Marge? Marge, you're going to need to unmute yourself.
Hello?
Hi. So
Hi, you can hear me.
Would you sing the first song for me?
Of course. And this is a bit of levity, hot off the press. There is a woman named Marika Partridge who is with a radio station in Washington, D.C., and she created a piece which uses as a model Barbara Allen, and this is brilliant. It's called Mask Up, My Dearest Dear. 'Twas in the muddy month of March, and rumors were a-flowin'. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere, on yonder breezes blowin'. Mask up, my dearest dear. Mask up and keep your distance. Disinfect whate'er you touch. Beware to whom you listen. There sits a box by the cabin door. The mail lingers in it. Newspapers too, who knew? A literal pandemic. Mask up, my dearest dear. Mask up and keep your distance. Disinfect whate'er you touch. Beware to whom you listen. Wherefore, our friendship dear, I must not be near you. Your sweet dear hands that once were bare, now nitrile glove in deep blue. Mask up, my dearest dear. Mask up and keep your distance. Disinfect whate'er you touch. Beware to whom you listen. I'll send to you a package grand with wipes and bleach and Lysol, all in stock on the internet. You'll have it by tomorrow. Mask up, my dearest dear. Mask up and keep your distance. Disinfect whate'er you touch. Beware to whom you listen. False-hearted people lead the way. We don't like where they're going. If COVID's curve does not drop down, my dearest dear, stay home. Mask up, my dearest dear. Mask up and keep your distance. Disinfect whate'er you touch. Beware to whom you listen. 'Twas in the muddy month of March, and rumors were a-flowin'. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere, on yonder breezes blowin'. And Marika says it's in the public domain, so other people can sing it too.
Super. Super, Marge, thanks a million. So I'm going to then call on Brianna Toman and Osclofa on microphone Scotsa. Sorry. Misha Vikantagonson, that's
Okay.
it.
An gloisian to me?
Yeah, Closham.
Okay. Gurmagulas Iriarum Kana. Gur kill a cragon. Sha cuddle me rare fwy bron. Is lahiri na majna. Honey ganyer farma yen lepo. Be grease grew karaki. August lunyer in a cave maror. Spey klein turn down. Veg our care and re and og. Ailer karchani. Nar katcha tussa nail to bron. Akiri katapi agus astri lam shir sarod. Go tir yas na miala. Nak gala inti reim go fall. Sjoer evenes holly. Eg ma viala tsala shim secure. Arian is desha unto Helen far treg at sloy. No ein the maniba jassa, her nasses who be to clo. Cain tear in sacrina, in her hilla coorailt gone kyo. Lenerveen lat mahalcha veg cogger ni lat sheer sarod. Na fi free gums on keshin, marni codlim and tape shod and voin. Ishioga bjoglinev me hilla cleti branyo. Lemrin cart na nullav. Dim go folla seg dus gam sho. Dim sunny ha jower is margin our hero. Magov.
Míle buchas the ring, Gramila Magot. Okay, so we are going to move on with Rosie Davis. Come on, Rosie.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I thought this might be appropriate for the time that's in it, especially as I'm thinking of home. There's an old wooden seat in Waters churchyard, I stopped there as I was passing by. Oh, it's placed there in kind and loving memory, and these words inscribed upon it caught my eye. Rest a while, remembering the happy times. Rest a while, remembering your dreams. Take some time, thinking on past summers. Rest a while, remembering. Well, I saw a woman in the churchyard, slowly going on her way, and the sadness in her heart was mixed with memories, memories of another summer's day. She had come to plant a rose for her lover. Her hair is whiter than the snow. She up to watch it better to tear in the silence, and blows a tender kiss before she goes. Rest a while, remembering the happy times. Rest a while, remembering your dreams. Take some time, thinking on past summers. Rest a while, remembering, as each flower blooms in summertime keeps flowing. Though bittersweet the passing of the years, but rest a while, remembering the happy times. For smiles are more precious than tears. Thank you.
Gorgeous, Rosie. Thanks a million. That's lovely. So I'm going to make another attempt. I don't know, did you get my message? Eugene, hang on now. Eugene, are you there this time? You are.
I am. My apologies, Maura. I nipped out to get a cup of tea, and when I come back, I noticed you proceeded as a good chairperson ought to do. Anyway, I'm now back. This is a song I haven't sung for a while. I just hope I can remember the words of it all. It's a song from the Pennsylvania coal mines, and it's a sort of a comical song, really. You all know it. You've heard me singing it before. Oh, say if the news is true, the store bill's the first thing I'll pay. A new parlor suit and a tie I will wear, and an organ for Bridgie, hooray! Me calico shirt I will throw in the dirt, in a silk one won't I cut a shine. And the very first chance I'll put my bonnet in pants, when the breaker goes back on full time. Our troubles are o'er, Mrs. Murphy, for the Dutchman next door told me straight. The mine opens full time on Monday. That's what he told me any rate. For he met the foreman this morning as he was just opening the mine. He said the coal is quite scarce around Philly, so the breaker goes back on full time. Oh, say if the news is true, this store bill's the first thing I'll pay. A new parlor suit and a tie I will wear, and an organ for Bridgie, hooray! Me calico shirt I will throw in the dirt, in a silk one won't I cut a shine. And the very first chance I'll put Seamus in pants when the breaker goes back on full time. Our troubles are o'er, Mrs. Murphy. No more stick your fist in the wash tub. The Chinaman, he'll have our trade. No more pick the scrap from the slag heap. We'll have everything ready-made, and we'll dress up our children like fairies, and we build up a house big and fine, and we'll move away from the Roundnecks when the breaker goes back on full time. Oh, say if the news is true, the store bill's the first thing I'll pay. A new parlor suit and a lounge I will buy, and an organ for Bridgie, hooray! Me calico shirt I will throw in the dirt, in a silk one won't I cut a shine, and the very first chance I'll put Seamus in pants when the breaker goes back on full time.
Fabulous, Eugene. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. It's great for an old Friday night. You know, it's great to cheer yourself up.
Oh, well,
the weekend
that's
is
all going to
properly.
happen. We're getting a new government now.
Oh no, let's not go there, Eugene.
I'd be throwing me calico shirt in the dump as well.
I don't know if the breakers are coming back on full time though. Listen, take care. I'm going to call next on Nora Rhodes. Nora, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Super.
Okay. Oh, I can do that too. Okay. All right. Well, I thought I could sing Wild and Wicked, and so this is Frank Hart's version, which I heard sung by Steve Winnick several years ago now. In Newbury town I was bred and born, at Stephen's Green now I die in scorn. I served my time to the saddling trade, but I turned out to be, yes, I turned out to be a roving blade. At 17 I took a wife, I loved her dearly as I love my life, and for to keep her both fine and gay, I went a-robbing on the King's highway. I robbed Lord Goldrin, I do declare, and Lady Mansell in Grosvenor Square. I shut their shutters and bade them good night, and took their jewels home. I took their jewels home to my love's delight. To Covent Garden I then made way with my fine wife for to see the play. Ned Fielding's gang there did me pursue, and I was taken by, yes, I was taken by that cursed crew. My gone. My wife, she cried, now I am undone. My mother tore her grey locks and cried, it's in the cradle, it's in the cradle that you should have died. And when I'm dead, going to my grave, a flashy funeral pray let me have, with 6 bold highwaymen to carry me. Give them good broadswords, give them good broadswords, and sweet liberty. 6 bonny maids to carry my pall, give them white ribbons and flowers all. And when I'm dead, may they speak the truth. He was a wild ant, he was a wild and a wicked youth. Thank you.
Thanks a million, Nora. It was fabulous. Okay, I am looking for Peter Coughlin. Are you there, Peter? Peter, you need to unmute. That's the man now. If you start talking, you'll appear on page 1 for me. So, are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, see, it works every time. Peter, have you a song in you?
I have. Yeah. Okay. Around the hour.
Oh, Intel.
Kakun velinsha kasag me kush Góilín van darva mara shoulder fleet na fariga har soil again. I port magi the stade shall Fehora min chin mahasa down bashalad aterha marvaisterden is kyar kakulan aktara e malyen Garimor joining the Kailas Antar of Tren, the Frabmokri la Hattersha, Idebling Antishi Kalama, Gamardantir, Ihyasav Shal. The Roy Bunchen. Niheshin is more a Callag me, na Croig me wishim Agna, up nor king fain food or farina, cock love in spare. Njart kveduiges anja is shin rovur kan agarbi chin chalu alasra is skoil no gwel Kromanoin na nyakta kor legol train fag den nur kan eierka le foil of rain na do na crew a pianada a lin rovud and color me doxim consun yabame the tlaw I pen Da hjulen is alba, on rank on spines sasana, agus fos a richt an abrin, gagol fins re. Ní vain sean irid leabhar ha, farolus agus tarfa, nas mó vín cúma wahasa, ke toider stray. Ma crack ma cua in yasov shoot, the fog me is more on course a marina, agus cospio me. Mariog J is na haglisha, aram gari grana walaha, avoid gan long gan anya, gan gala, gan gwe. Fi mor an erin liawr ha, na rhys di vim liawr hyf, liawr na lain a banaha, bafra fwyn sper. Unferm your alling, gastadias, a quirica heel, ga blaster kiart, who grew canic freak is archinglash, go galvon to fair. Skirra mermahal yauriv, ke crotter me. It's now queer den your ariga, go broke the more. Malalari, nan yangle nyal, mahloin to reach a castle garm, is on near a nude on Anna, gone by yacht sail.
Our Lagadi who father Vishishin Gahalan. Gahalan our fad. Beautifully sung. It's a fabulous song, and it's one of those songs that I keep promising myself I'll learn and then I never do. So yeah, thanks, Peter. I'm looking for Bernie Dermody. Can you unmute yourself? Try again. Try again, Bernie. One more time. Sorry about this. Try muting yourself. Oh, every flipping time. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to sing it. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you, Maura.
That's because I'm muting myself when I'm talking and leaving myself unmuted when I should be quiet.
Okay,
So
I do a Sean McCarthy song. I know you're looking for something upbeat, but I'm afraid it's just the opposite.
Looking for whatever you have.
I haven't done it in a long time. A song called In Shame, Love and Shame.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They whisper their stories. They glance with the eye. They look over my shoulder as I pass them by. My father and mother, they treat me the same. Hear the nightingale crying, in shame, love in shame. Oh, cling to me tight, love, take hold of my hand. The road, it is long, love, and harsh is the land. That's the cross we must carry for having no name. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love in shame. I had wings to my feet, and of love I have dreamed. The moon and the stars, oh how friendly they seemed. The touch of his hand in the soft summer rain. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love in shame. Oh, once in the starlight, when he held me close, down by the green meadow where grew the wild rose, the touch of his hand in the soft summer rain. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love in shame. Oh, hush, little darling, we soon will be there, and a blanket of love will surround you with care. No vile tongues will whisper, you'll never feel pain. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love in shame. The meek will inherit, I've heard this decree, and suffer small children will come unto me. The sins of the father on your head will be laid. Hear the nightingale crying in shame, love in shame. How mute are the birds now, my bonny young boy. How deep is the river, how silent you cry. The water baptize you, and then we'll both bear a name. Hear the nightingale sing, there's no shame, there's no shame. Sinead.
Cahalan, Bernie Vishin Cahalan. Beautiful song and beautifully sung. Now we played the dance of the mute button again. John Faulkner, can you unmute yourself, please? John Faulkner. This crack of texting people. Good man yourself.
Hey.
Super. Have you a song in you?
I have indeed. Yeah, if we can get it out, that's another thing. You long for some every station, lend ears to these lines I unfold. I'm in love with a lady of honor, more precious than silver or gold. She lives by the banks of Loch Erin, close viewing that liberty stream. And 'tis there I commence my great favours by being a servant to her. And 'tis there I remain with great pleasure, the true
you know I'll explore, till at length she took me to Dublin, to London. From there we sailed on, and for 3 months in great consolation, this lady she did me adore, saying, William, now don't be uneasy for leaving the Loch Erin shore. For it's William you roll in great splendor, with lords, dukes, and earls of great fame, and you correspond with these nobles, and you'll be their equal the same. For as Cupid it has me entangled, no riches nor jewels I adore, and I've forsaken the nobles of London for William from the Loch Erin shore. Oh, lady, I am but your servant, and you a great noble of fame, some noble young man of great honors, more fitting for you to obtain. And besides that, I am not your equal, and your friends would disdain me therefore. I will stay here no longer your servant, but return to the Loch Erin shore. The lady, she seemed confused when she heard her William's reply, and straight she ran to her bedchambers, saying, for this young man I would die. For if I had the looks of Diana, or the music of Orpheus in store, I would give them all up for my William, to keep him from the Loch Erin shore. Then William engaged his love's favour in marriage with none to control, and he toast to the brave sons of Erin, and that from a full flowing bowl. He is wed to an English lady, and the truth to you now I'll explore. For he hopes to return in great splendor one day to the Loch Erin shore.
Oh, thanks a million, John. I see what you mean about getting it out. That's a sore throat you've got there.
Yeah.
Now, Mary O'Connor.
Thanks, Maura. Well, this song I heard Niamh Parsons singing it, and it was written by Linda Thompson. No telling what a love song can do. He came into the ballroom, a crazy old man. His eyes seemed to glaze in the light. He was just some old cowboy, could tell by his rags, coming from the cold of the night. The whole room was dancing, they paid him no mind, as he slipped to the bar and said, "Please be so kind." And the music played at the back of his mind. No telling what a love song can do. Now the queen of the ballroom played her favorite song. He stood with a glass in his hand. He was weary of living the days of his life, and tonight was the last he could stand. He shut out the future, he shut out the past. Even the present was closing in fast. As the queen of the ballroom said, "Make this the last." No telling what a love song can do. As the queen of the ballroom played the last song, he trembled as he stood there alone, and the pain he'd been holding inside for so long just fell from his heart and was gone. 'Twas only a love song, simple and clear, but he bowed as it shook him with every last tear. And he bowed with relief, and he sighed half from fear. No telling what a love song can do. Now the queen of the ballroom still glitters and shines each night at the old town arcade. And maybe it's something they put in the wine, 'cause her beauty refuses to fade. Think she got married to a stranger, they say, some crazy old cowboy who came by one day. And the whole town still dances, and the music still plays. No telling what a love song can do. No telling what a love song can do.
Oh, that was gorgeous, Mary. Lovely, lovely choice of song and beautifully sung. Thanks so much. Jerry O'Reilly, I'm going to unmute you. No, you're going to unmute you. What is it with this mute button tonight? Okay.
Oh, I wasn't expected to be asked so quickly.
Well, I'm 2 minutes early, Jerry, but you should appreciate that. You're a punctual kind of guy.
Right.
So just to introduce Jerry, because, you know, not many people know Jerry. Yeah, so Jerry is, I described him the other night as the uncrowned king of the Góilín. So he's definitely up there with all the other Góilín royalty anyway. And he's our three from one of our, oh, he's not, because do you know who I haven't talked to? Sorry, Jerry. I'm gone completely mad tonight. I'm sorry. Noreen Keane is sitting there patiently looking at me, and she's expecting to be called next. So I'm putting you back in the queue there, Jerry. Sorry. I wouldn't mind, but my lovely introduction is wrecked. Noreen, I'm so sorry. Where are you based?
Hi, I'm in Worcester, in Worcestershire in England, but I'm
Okay.
from Liverpool originally.
Ah, very good. Very good. Like me mum.
Well, Liverpool being the capital of Ireland, I have Irish.
There's a few cities there's a few cities in competition for that title. So will you give us a song, so Noreen?
Will, yes, yeah. This is one I learnt many years ago, and I've not heard anybody sing it for many years. So the Boast of Athlone. Come all ye nymphs and ye, no, wrong key. Come all ye nymphs and ye swains, sympathize in my sorrow, and list to a poor maid who's sorely oppressed. For since Cupid forstung me with his killing arrow, my mind is tormented, I can find no rest. I am merely repining and constantly sighing for a handsome hero who's fairly well known. For since Adam's creation, you'll find in no nation a youth like young Edward, the boast of Athlone. When I happened to stray by the clear river Shannon, I first met my Edward going out for a stroll. He saluted me most kindly, saying, "Dearest Mary Martin, I hope you will escort me through this dark, shady grove. I hope you will excuse me, I pray you don't refuse me." These words he repeated in a dark, mellow tone. I, being fully bent on my course, straight I went with young Edward, the beauty and boast of Athlone. I courted my Edward for better than 3 years, the most modest young fellow that ever drew breath, till a comrade of mine on us did discover, and soon put an end to our joy and honour. She told his aged mother how we went together, and to have him banished away from his home. It's in grief I now relate it, the job they have completed. They've banished my Edward, the boast of Athlone. Well, since that he's gone, may kind fortune shine on him, and keep him from all harm wheresoever that he goes. May Providence protect him, send angels to guard him, until he's safe landed on that far distant shore. And may the unhappy girl who banished my pearl, may she feel remorse in her last dying moan. Likewise his aged mother, who took delight forever in banishing my Edward, the boast of Athlone. Thank you. That was, I got that. Davy Brennan is here, isn't he, with Virginia? I got that song from Mary McAndrew in Liverpool, and I don't know where she got it from.
Super. That was beautiful, Noreen. Thanks so much. So, right, a little bit later than planned. Sorry about that, Jerry. My fault. I got ahead of myself. So yeah, so Jerry's going to give us our 3 from one of our own. So I'll shut up now and let him sing. Off you go, Jerry.
This is one of my favourite songs. It's anytime I'm asked to sing a song, this is always my go-to song. I always remember Tim Lyons when I sing the song, because him was probably one of the first people I heard singing it. It's Van Diemen's Land. Come all you gallant poachers who ramble void of care, that go out on the moonlit night with your dog, your gun and snare, the hare and lofty pheasant you have at your command, not thinking on your long career upon Van Diemen's Land. For Thomas Brown from Nina Town, Jack Murphy and poor Joe were 3 determined poachers the county well did know. By the keeper of the land, me boys, one night they were trepanned, and for 14 years transported unto Van Diemen's Land. We had one female prisoner, Peg Brophy was her name, for 14 years transported, as you might know the same. But our captain bought her freedom, and he married her out of hand, and she gave to us good usage, going to Van Diemen's Land. The first day that we landed upon the fatal shore, the planters all came round in flocks, there might be 20 score. They ranked us off like horses, then they sold us out of hand, and they yoked us to the plough, brave boys, to plough Van Diemen's Land. The cottages that we live in are made of sods and dirt. We have rotten straw for bedding, but we dare not say a word. We ring our hearts with firing, and we slumber while we can, to keep at bay the beasts of prey at proud Van Diemen's Land. God bless our wives and families, likewise the happy shore, that isle of sweet contentment, which we shall see no more. As for the wretched females, see them we seldom can. There are 14 women to every man, all on Van Diemen's Land. Sometimes when I do slumber, I have a pleasant dream. I'm lying on the cool green grass, close by a purling stream, or wandering through a meadow fair, with my sweetheart by the hand. But I awaken broken-hearted upon Van Diemen's Land. Perchance I had £1,000 all laid out in my hand. I'd give it all for freedom, if that I could command. I'd return again to Ireland, and I'd be a happy man. And I'd bid farewell to poaching, likewise Van Diemen's Land.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Jerry.
I managed to switch the women and the men round in that verse, but that's okay. This is it's a child ballad. It's a version of Hindhorn, which is an Irish version of Hindhorn that was never collected in Ireland. It was collected in 1928 in New Brunswick in Canada from a Thomas Nelson, whose mother had emigrated from the north of Ireland to Canada in the latter parts of the 19th century. Whence came you are, from what country? Whence came you are, where were you born? In Ireland I was bred and born, and I was known as young Hindhorn. I gave my love a gay gold watch, that she might rule in her own country, and she gave me a gay gold ring, and the virtue of this was above all things. If this ring gleams bright and true, be sure your love is true to you. But if this ring gleams pale and wan, your true love is in love with some other man. So he set sail and away went he, until that he came to a strange country. He looked at the ring, it was pale and wan. His true love was in love with some other one. So he set sail and back came he, until that he came to his own country. And as he was riding across a plain, who should he meet but an old beggar man? What news, old beggar man? What news have you got for me? No news, said the old beggar man, but tomorrow is your true love's wedding day. Come give to me your begging rig, and I'll give you my riding stage. Your riding stage not fit for me, and the begging rig's not fit for thee. Whether it be right or whether it be wrong, the begging rig it must go on. So come tell to me as fast as you can, what's to be done with the begging rig? As you go up by yonder hill, you may go as fast as 'tis your will, but when you come to yonder gate, you must stand with your staff on a faltering step. You may beg from Peter, you may beg from Paul, you may beg from the highest to the lowest of them all, but from them all you need take none, until that you come to the bride's own hand. She came tripling down the stairs, rings on her fingers and gold in her hair, and in her hand a glass of wine, which she gave to the old beggar man. He took the glass and he drank the wine, and into the glass he slipped the ring. Oh, where got you this, by sea or by sand? Or did you get it off a drowned man's hand? I neither got it by sea nor sand, nor did I get it off a drowned man's hand, but I got it in my courting gay, and I gave it to my true love on her wedding day. The rings from her fingers she did pull off, the gold from her hair she did let fall, saying, I'll go with you forevermore, and I'll beg my bread from door to door. Between the kitchen and the hall, the beggar's coat he did let fall, all a shining in gold amongst them all, and he was the fairest in the hall. Hindhorn. And the third song is favourite of ours in Góilín, and it's Sean Moan's great song, commentary about lots of happenings in Ireland, certainly in the last 25 years. It's called Lovers and Friends. Battles and wars leave deep wounds and scars, and deep wounds are long in the mending. While reflecting upon all that is gone, life rushes on to its ending. Though joy and pain in our memory remain, and in memories lifetimes are measured, but the times that we spend amongst lovers and friends are times we remember with pleasure. So fill up your glass that future and past in harmony be determined. For there's more friendship poured out in one bottle of stout than you'll find in statute or sermon. I've heard all the old songs, all the rights and the wrongs, heard prophets of doom and destruction, street corner messiahs, moral pariahs, dealers in bribes and corruption. From the holy and wise denials and lies, when innocent youth was forsaken. And I've watched the night end amongst lovers and friends, been sorry to see the dawn breaking. So fill up your glass that future and past in harmony be determined. For there's more friendship poured out in one bottle of stout than you'll find in statute or sermon. There are those who are certain that drinking and courting are the sure ways to hell and damnation. Well, if that is to be, it would seem unto me their God has no sense of occasion. To help his great plan, both woman and man bring forth each new generation. And a wee drop of stout and the odd bit of a health can greatly assist procreation. So fill up your glass, throw your arms round your lass, in harmony be determined. For there's more friendship poured out in one bottle of stout than you'll find in statute or sermon. To the brashest, the proudest, to those who shout loudest, it would seem that power has been given to berate us, deride us, separate and divide us, in hope of their version of heaven. For mountains and rivers will by far outlive us, and when our bones unto dust they have withered, there'll be lovers and friends who will still comprehend the true reason we're all here together. So fill up your glass that future and past in harmony be determined. For there's more friendship poured out in one bottle of stout than you'll find in statute or sermon.
Hup, that was fab. Thanks a million, Jerry. Lovely,
Thanks, Maura.
lovely choice of songs and fabulously sung as always. So well done. Just before I hand over to Anthony Farrakhan, who's going to look after you for the next hour. God love you. I just want to share a little bit of information with you. So this is the Seamus Cushlifa Gradam. And this is Seamus Cushlifa is an Irish language singing festival that normally happens as close as we can possibly make it to April Fool's Day every year. And this year we were the shutdown was so sudden that we couldn't really do it. So we cancelled it, but we've now said we're going to run it again online. And so next Friday, for anyone who's here who's interested in Irish language songs, we're hoping to have a heavier emphasis on Irish language songs. We will have workshops, video workshops available on our website from on the Saturday, and we will then have another session on the Saturday night and we'll be given the Gradam, which is our award to somebody who is who has kind of for their services to the tradition, I suppose is the best way to say it. And this year it's going to Joe Creed and Shosvo Creedon from Muscree in Cork. My goodness, they'd shoot me if I said Kerry when I should say Cork. That's the details of it there, and that's the front of the Gradam, and that is the back of the Gradam. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to hand over to Anthony Farrakhan, who can look after you for the next hour. I'm going on my tea break. Unmute yourself there, Farrakhan.
Unmute yourself. Will you be on Necklace Tá? Will you be on Necklace Cell?
Tá, but ní féidir mar tá chéin in balbhathe.
Well, just nod in agreement. Nish. Chéad dela dhéanas me, sulla níana me aonúd ná, é seo. Bhuaile mo dusach arála gachtainna tá míle fáilte ribh gachtainna an seo an ocht, agus go hálainn gachtainna eáil chuile heachtain ar éis ríist. Before we start, can I drink a health to you all? Sláinte agus fad síl agus páiste gach bliain. Bud mór agus básanéiring. I better not translate all of that now because I'll be in trouble. Sláinte fad síl agus páiste gach bliain. Bud mór agus básanéiring. Nish, before I go on any further, I'll say I have a few people lined up and I've been sending them texts, but not everybody like me reads the chat. So I've mentioned it to Eilish Kennedy, would she sing? And just to give other people a little bit of a warning, I also sent a text to Larry O'Toole, and I sent a text to Lynn Phipps, rinne me iirecht Lynn Galik, na Halabanagama, rinne me Góilín na Héireann, tá brónar Lynn. And then I sent another one, I think, to Anne Lamb. So if you're all getting yourselves ready. Now, as you'll notice, I placed Larry O'Toole in the middle of all these women. I thought he's the best man to put in the middle of all of them. No bother to our Larry. Larry, we call him a number of things, but I'll get to that when I introduce him. So first of all, I'm going to call on Eilish Kennedy. Eilish, would you mind unmuting yourself there and giving us a song, please, if you don't mind? Thank you very much. Can you get yourself unmuted, Eilish? Unmute yourself. You there?
Is that okay?
Lovely. Go ahead.
Okay. Right. Sweet Dooley Gate, 'tis the place I do adore. And all those men and maidens that dwelt within it before, and all those men and maidens that now lie far away, they are not in Sweet Dooley Gate, but they're in America. There's some speak ill of my true love, there's more speak ill of me. But let them all say what they will, I'll keep his company. Oh, sorry, brain freeze.
Let them all say what they will again, I think, is it? Let them all say what they will.
Sorry, I've totally blanked. Let me try that first.
You want to start it again? Yeah, start it again, sure.
There's some speak ill of my true love, there's more speak ill of me. But let them all say what they will, I'll keep his company.
And let them all say
Sorry.
what they will.
Sorry.
Let them all say what they will.
I think I'll have to go and look up the words and come back. So can you slot me in later? Sorry, everyone.
Reach the store. We'd be happy to slot you in anywhere at all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is not. We don't have a taxi meter running outside, you know. Right, you come back to us when you're ready and let me know, okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so Pager going on with Góilín. Lynn, will she okay, lads? if you wouldn't mind unmuting yourself, Masha Dahle. How much telecht go bhfuil sibh an seo?
Ha dúlaich muting agus unmuting. Ha galach na héireann agus galach na halba go má blú a chanéal an anrút. Ha na stúdica bhí lévig. Okay, so I'm going to sing a lullaby of the murderous sort. Chonig misha grega cria shena huye taum gil nambanok grag nanian skurak bek mahiaun o baba molenav ba molenav ba is chanye adanya hi molenav nach kanig baba Shimeg eiche luch is arasoch eichen en shach shian a chukeg grikal gonsalyapi gesan gavenjian o baba molenev ba molenav ba is chaniel dunya hi molenav nach kanig baba get hamigunu anakem hawanek kach Saun hamual kuri kanal schulachin riwa O baba molenav ba molenav ba is chaniel danya hi molenav nach kanig baba Vamin eichenat mohesev dares in turvan Vag chwag a bad a ver a vawe She bashkeren wash O baba molenav ba molenav ba is chaniel danya hi molenav nach kanig baba Yad mishachuna banish nachron Vadoch jaunut jalak fostut hau O baba molenav ba molenav ba is chaniel danya hi molenav nach kanig baba Sinné.
Hauling ar fad Lynn, ná lagad díú bhí sé sin go hauling ar fad. An das. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. More on thank. Beijing and Mohammed Bochtanish Larry O'Toole. As I said to you before, we have several names for Larry. And they come from a certain event in Paris. I hope you're there, Larry, and you're listening. Can I see you there somewhere, or can you listen?
Yeah.
Well, I will not tell them we don't call him steak knife because that could get him into trouble. He's called Larry No Steak as well, and then we call him Larry Medium Rare. And there's a story behind all of these things. Because when we were in Paris, all of these dinners were pre-ordered, but when it came where they were asking people about what they ordered, of course, Larry put up his hand for a steak, which he hadn't ordered at all. And that threw everything into complete disarray. So I call him Larry medium rare now. And he is a rare character. Larry, would you give us a song, please? Gurmida Magat.
I'll do my best. And thanks for the introduction, Anthony. I could, this mightn't work. Singing into this thing is much different than sitting in a room. So I'll have a go at this, right? This is a Mick Hanley song. Oh, lured by the rocking horse sweets and the bull of Boss 50 wild boys to a room, singing Love, Love, Ella, the dish ran away with the spoon. Black shoes and stockings for all it's I know. And all while Christian brothers sharpened their leathers, learned by heart as the rule. All I remember is dreading September in school. And they made me, for better or worse, the fool that I am, or the wise man I be, and they gave me their blessings or curse. It wasn't their fault, it was me. You're not the one that you see. Priest in confession condemn my obsession with thoughts that I do not invite. Oh, I mumble and stutter, he pulls down the shutter, good night. Stainless as steel, you know how I feel. Someone shoot me while my soul is clear. Oh, I don't think I'll last, but my vow to abstain is sincere. Harsh front of fraternity meant to the fight. Raise up your banners on high, searching for grace and securing me place when I die. And they made me, for better or worse, the fool that I am, or the wise man I be, and they gave me their lessons or curse. It wasn't their fault, it was me. I'm not the one that you see. Ballrooms of romance from Salt till to Mallow, we stood like John Wayne by the wall. Lined up like cattle, we wait to do battle and fall. Oh, you can't wine and dine her in an old Morris minor, so ask her before it's too late. Oh, I stood on girls' toes and accepted rejection as my fate. Drink was me savior, it made me much braver, but I couldn't hold it too well. And I slipped on the coach's room, my approach when I fell. And they made me, for better or worse, the fool that I am, or the wise man I be, and they gave me their blessings or curse. It wasn't their fault, it was me. You're not the one that you see. Oh God, he kept a very close eye on me. Should I?
Larry, that was absolutely fantastic. And then for better or worse, it's for better, Larry. They did a great job. A smoked salmon socialist.
He was having the salmon.
The smoked salmon is what he ordered, you know, and he was looking for the steak then, and it was coming out.
Yeah, but I hadn't got the French language. That's how I got confused.
It didn't stop you ordering the beers, Larry, I tell you. Larry,
Thanks, Thank you, Anthony.
Anne, Will Twinchin, are you there, Anne? Anne Lamb, are you there? Can you unmute yourself and let me know that you're receiving me?
Yes, I'm receiving you. Wait a minute.
Just before I actually get you to get going, I was saying to people that, I was listening to Anne one time at the Frank Hart Festival, and she sang this beautiful song, and it brought me to tears. And I went out and I grabbed her. I said, will you come out and record this song for me? And when she was even recording it for me to learn it, I was in tears again. So she must think I'm a right idiot altogether. I was crying. I cry for different reasons, but this was because...
you are a right idiot. That's...
Well, nobody is going to dispute that bit, but it was such a beautiful song. Oh my God. And it touched me hard. And I was crying even when she was just recording it for me. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, but Anne, I don't know what you want to sing now, but thank you very much for that. And would you sing a song of your own choice now, please? We can, yes. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yes, we can.
I'm going to sing a song by Mike Waterson that I usually sing at this time of year. Talk of heroes, Walter Nelson, I would disagree. Sing the praise of Alexander. He's no use to me. Here we only have one hero of great fame, never failing in his duty. Listen and I'll tell to you his name. Endless drawings, countless sketches on my window pane. Master craftsman, skilled engraver, Jack Frost is his name. From the cold wastes of Siberia, every winter he has come, never failing in his duty, till the winter time is done. Flew the eagle into Moscow, sure in its defeat. Ran the bear and sprang the winter, came the grand retreat. From the cold wastes of Siberia comes the hero of my tale. 300,000 came to Moscow to perish in the blizzard and the gale. Endless drawings, countless sketches on my window pane. Master craftsman, skilled engraver, Jack Frost is his name. Thank you, Antoinette. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Lovely, and you know what? You're killing me here. You're breaking me heart all the time. Every time I hear you singing, I want to cry.
Oh, man.
And it's not, I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous singing, beautiful stuff. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I don't plow moss about these things. I don't tell lies about these things. It's beautiful singing altogether. Lovely stuff. Can we go to over to Virginia and Dave? And we could nearly get the you know, if we call on the two of them with the one connection, we could get the two of them. And I don't know which one would sing first. Maybe Virginia would sing first and then Dave, or Dave would sing first and then Virginia. I don't mind. They can fight among themselves. Will you unmute yourselves there and let me know you hear me anyway?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Okay.
You can hear us. All right, that's good. A lot of fighting among ourselves. Well, we've been married 38 years today, so I'm thinking we've done a bit of fighting in our time, but fortunately.
Well, today,
yeah.
is your anniversary. Happy anniversary. Hold on a minute here now. People get out of a life sentence quicker than that. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
It is a bloody life sentence.
It's a good one, though.
What can you do? Yeah, no, I mean, we could complain about worse, I'll tell you. If I can ever sober up my face here. This is a song that I learned from a friend of mine who died about a little over a year ago now, from the Isle of Skye. He was a very well-known Gaelic scholar by the name of John McInnes. And this is a song that I think came from the Isle of Skye, which was his line of territory. But it's a lament from a young woman for her brother who died. And she says, I'm sorry about the fact that your bed wasn't made in the upper room there. I won't be able to go and make it. You're too far away from me now. Anyway,
Virginia, just before you sing, can I just interject and say that Antoinette O'Farrakhan and John McGuinness have history. John McGuinness fell in love with Antoinette O'Farrakhan in Ennistown a good number of years ago.
You're trying to get, I can't possibly sing this serious song if you're telling me stuff.
I deny all knowledge of that situation. I'll give you a chance to settle down again, Virginia.
Probably some blackmail material there. I'll have to give some thought to that now in the next few minutes, but we'll see. Anyway, this is how he sang it. Chane krima liana katerana revuam huor huo ro hio hio huor huo ach krima vrair chaya bas huan huor huo ro hio hio huor huo Stulich leun de chul clanach vis yn iawn galw huor huo ro hio hio huor huo Stulich leun de jaliaden vicaria bus huan huor huo ro hio hio huor huo Sa de leppe gan char yn sy'n hiomer hwas huor huo ro hio huor huo Schatet mis ga carch awr air o adwam huor huo ro hio hio huor huo Strich mahul yn rwa van y rwa yn hwas huor huo ro hio hio huor huo a hyffech mi siol breidial lagrin sy hwan huor huo ro hio hio huor huo Sgrimi siafobol ar y dylech loimwar huor huo ro hio hio huor huo That's it.
I think they want.
They want you to sing now, I think.
I do. This is a wee song from North Kerry, maybe around Castle Island, somewhere. And been on a fine summer's morning, as the skylark sang loudly and high, and the sunny channel most melodious on all that dwelt under the sky. 'Twas down by the woodlands I wandered, through mossy green groves, hide and slide, and it was there that I spied a fair damsel all alone on the sweet Smearle side. Oh, my eyes, they grew dim in a moment as towards this fair maid I did go. Saying, what is the cause of your troubles? For I am anxiously wanting to know. Well, I leave it there now, 'cause I'm gasping, and these verses will never come through. So I leave you to go on to somebody else, and my voice, it will never be through.
Oh man, Dave, you're a devil. You never lost it, as they say. The impromptu finishing of a song is all part of the tradition too. Yes, Dave, good man. I'm going. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Virginia. I'm going to try and pop back if Ailish is there. If you want to try it again, Ailish, what do you think? Are you there? And you unmute yourself if you can hear me. If you're there, Ailish Kennedy.
You're on mute.
Are you there, Ailish?
She's crying.
Yeah. You need to unmute yourself. Try unmute yourself again, Ailish. Be careful, Chantal. Yeah. You're still muted. Where do we see?
Eilish, you should be mute. You should, if you let me unmute you, it should work. There's a problem with the sound, Eilish, because you're unmuted here as far as I can see.
You could mime and we'll pretend that you're singing and we'll kind of imagine the song in our heads. Do you want to try that and see? Try unmuting yourself again just in case. Yeah, you hear something? Oh, it looks like there's a problem with the sound.
Unless, Anthony, unless you have some headphones plugged in, maybe that.
You might have your headphones plugged in. If you take them out, that might help you. And it's all right, we don't have a taxi running outside, so it's all right for them. Plenty of time. Yeah. How are you getting on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, woohoo! We can. Yippity doo dah!
Hooray!
Off. Okay, Alicia Starr, whenever you're ready.
Right, we'll give this another go, and thank you very much to the people who gave me the words. I had my eyes closed at the time, so I couldn't see them. Right. Sweet Dooley Gate, 'tis the place I do adore, and all those men and maidens that dwelt in it before, and all those men and maidens that now lie far away. They are not in Sweet Dooley Gate, but they're in America. There's some speak ill of my true love, there's more speak ill of me. But let them all say what they will, I'll keep his company. But let them all say what they will, I'll do the best I can. And I'll soon be leaving St. Mary's Mills to marry that young man.
My true love's name I'll not explain, he's proper, tall and straight. He is the finest young man that walks round Dooley Gate. He is the finest young man of any I can see, and in spite of all our enemies, I'll keep his company. 'Twould break my heart if I had to part with the lad I do adore. He said that he would marry me and leave old Erin's shore. He's named the day the 1st of May, he did not hesitate, and 'tis then that I will bid farewell to dear old Dooley Gate. There you go.
Lovely, lovely stuff altogether. Fair play to you. Eilish, it was worth the wait. You know that. It was worth the wait. Ado Lawler, I'm looking at that picture on your wall of a currach and 3 men walking underneath it. Well, ain't chance go gas a tour on doing Marshall, but you have to unmute yourself first. Would you do that, please, if you don't mind? From North County Dublin. That's a long way away from here in Kilmainham, I'm telling you.
A long way these days, Anthony, isn't it?
Children out there. Who's that fella sitting beside you?
That's the Ray lad, Ray sitting beside me there. So.
Good evening.
Ray, yeah, a ray of sunshine. You might take the box.
No box. Left it at home.
Have you the box with you?
That's not till stage 4, I don't think, Anthony.
There's no accordions allowed until stage 4.
Indiana ago.
Jeez, I wasn't expecting this.
Right, sure, we'll try a couple of verses. Indiana.
It's probably just as well. Yeah, there's no release of stage 7. You know, with the okay, you're on. It is.
Fare you well now, Indiana, your green land's been so good to me. There I've traveled, there I've settled, there I've raised up my family, and the cord has never severed, and the longing each day has grown. So tomorrow I'll be leaving your green land forevermore. All my friends, they say I'm crazy, going back to such poverty. America now, so they say now, is the land of opportunity.
the shaggy hair runs so swiftly, and the herring, she slowly flies. These are treasures from my homeland. All your money could never buy. Leave it at that.
Absolutely smashing, lads. $2 for the price of one in North County Dublin. And I tell you one thing, that's a bargain. I'm telling you, $2 for the price of one in North County Dublin. The peels are disposing all over there.
Tomatoes and everything else in it.
Lads, Gramila Maggie, that was lovely altogether. And you gave me a link. I was going to ask Colin and Dan Milner to sing, and you said Back to America there in the song, so that'd be a good link. If Dan, are you there? Can you hear me? Unmute yourself if you can, Dan. Dan Milner, if you're there. Keep trying to.
I'm unmuted.
Lovely stuff. Will you sing us a song, Dan,
Okay.
please?
Yeah, sing. Yeah.
Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you. When first I came to Caledonia, and I got loading at number 3, and I got lodging with Don Norman. He had a daughter could make good tea. Well, there was me and my brother Charlie, 2 bigger shavers you ne'er did see, spearing eels in the month of April to starving slaves out on Scattereen. I went to Norman's to buy some brogans, a cake of soap and a pound of tea, but Norman said that I couldn't have them, the things got plenty on Scattereen. So I went over to the big harbour. I only went there to see the spray. I saw a maid there from Bowdry over. She looked to me like the Queen of May. If I had bands from Pennsylvania, if I had papers of snowy white, if I had ink from a rosy morning, a true love letter to her I'd write. I'd set my boat on the deepest ocean, as far from land as I could be, sailing over the broad blue waters, where womankind would never bother me. The sweetest apple will soon go rotten. The warmest love will soon grow cold. A maiden's promises may be forgotten. Take care, young man, do not speak so bold.
Good man, Dan. Fair play to you. Yeah, that's right. Men's lib. Men's lib. I'll be in trouble here. I'm getting hassle from the side here. No, we can't hear you, Dan. You have yourself muted. Probably just as well.
I said not men's lib, men's lip.
Yeah, we could be in trouble. Anyway, listen, I believe in equality one way or the other. Anyway, could we pop over maybe to Lunding? Would Ken and Peter, would you chance a song for us, please? You could sing together, or maybe one could sing and then another could sing on the same run, if you like. Will you unmute yourselves anyway and let us know that you're there, first of all? Ken and Peter, try it. Are you there? Ken and Peter?
Oh, you've sent me the...
Lovely.
Right, okay, if Peter does one and then we do one together, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. This is a free country. This is an independent republic.
That's nice for you.
Okay, you're more than welcome. I'll be in trouble for this. I'll be in trouble. Off you go.
I sing The Pride of Glencoe, which of course is from Scotland, but I learned it from the singing of Bridget Tunney. As I went out walking one evening of late, where the fragrant fine flowers the fields decorate, I carelessly rambled where I did not know, by the clear crystal fountain that lies in Glencoe. Like her who the prize of Mount Ida had won, there approached a young lassie as bright as the sun, and the ribbons and tartans around her did flow, that once graced young Donald, the pride of Glencoe. I said, my young beauty, your enchanting sweet smile, and your comely fine features my heart do beguile. And if your kind affection on me you'd bestow, I would bless the happy hour we met in Glencoe. Kind sir, she made answer, your love I disdain, for I have a sweetheart, young Donald by name. He's gone to the war about 10 years ago, and a maid I'll remain till his return to Glencoe. Perhaps your young Donald regards not your name, and has cast his affection on some foreign dame. He might have forgotten, for all that you know, that charming young creature he left in Glencoe. From his promise my Donald would never depart, for love, truth, and honest and firm in his heart. And if I never see him, then single I'll go, and am on for my Donald, the pride of Glencoe. Now finding her constant, he drew out a glove, which at parting she gave him in token of love. She flew to his breast while the tears down did flow, saying, "You're welcome, my Donald, return to Glencoe." Come cheer up now, Flora, your sorrows are o'er. For since we have met, we shall never part more. And the harsh blasts of battle far distant may blow, while in peace and contentment we'll bide in Glencoe.
Okay, we got to go. We put everything in boxes, stacked it on the porch inside. The house's heart was empty. They had laughed and stole our pride. And the mirrors on the bureau reflected strange, loving hands as they sorted through our memories of life's hopes and plans. It took many years to gather the treasures that we own, and all those bits and pieces of what became our home. But hard times and troubles came by our house to stay. There was an auction at the home place. They just hauled our life away. The auctioneer stood on the wagon, and the crowd stood on the ground, and I stood next to Daddy as I scuffed my feet around. We just watched that grim reunion of folks we never met, and the sights and sounds of laughter I don't think I can forget. It took many years to gather the treasures that we owned, and all those bits and pieces of what became our home. But hard times and troubles came by our house to stay. There was an auction at the home place. They just hauled our life away. And when it was all over and the crowd had moved along, and even the church lady had sold her food and gone, Daddy piled us in the pickup, says we can't go home no more. We just headed to the city, broken down and dirt poor. It took many years to gather the treasures that we owned, and all those bits and pieces of what became our home. But hard times and troubles came by our house to stay. There was an auction at the home place. They just hauled our life away. There was an auction at the home place. They just hauled our life away.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. That was lovely singing all together. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, when I take the word and read it, Neil more to a text of word. Neil, would you like to sing us a song? Or wish to that much and then we might go, maybe Amelia, I can see you there on the screen there as well, and we might come to you there. But Marley, would you unmute yourself first and see can you give us a song,
okay.
please?
Tommy unmuted.
Okay.
The oriole with joy was, oh gosh. The oriole with joy was sweetly singing. The little brook was babbling forth its tune. The village bells at noon were gaily ringing. The world seemed brighter than a harvest moon. For there within my arms I gently pressed you, and blushing red you slowly turned away. But I can't forget the way I once caressed you. I can't forget that happy bygone day. In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard, like the song of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me, I could hear the dull buzz of the bees in the blossoms as you said to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. In other lands I've wandered since we parted. I seek the garden fair beside the stream. I tread each well-known pathway weary-hearted, for all I see recalls that sweet old dream. No more on earth your loving smile will cheer me. No more on earth your dear face shall I see. Yet memories of the past are ever near me and linger round the dear old apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard, like the song of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me, I can hear the dull buzz of the bees in the blossoms as you said to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. I've really come a long way from the city, and though my heart is breaking, I'll be brave. I brought this bunch of flowers, I think they're pretty, to place upon a freshly molded grave. If you will show me, Father, where she's lying, or if it's far, just point it out to me, said he. She told us all when she was dying to bury her beneath the apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard, like the song of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me, I could hear the dull buzz of the bees in the blossoms as you said to me. with a heart that is true. I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. Oh.
Hauling our father wide the store nor lagged you. Nor lagged you. Good meal, Margaret. All the way from Corkig. A good moon. Good Margaret the word. Now, I'm just going to call on one more singer and then I'm going to hand over to my comrade in arms, Fergus Russell, who's going to take over and do an even better job. So I'm going to call on Amelia Hogan. Amelia, I know you're there in standby. Can you tell us where you are based? I'm not so sure. Unmute yourself first of all and tell us where you are and what you'd like to sing, if you don't mind.
Right. I'm in San Francisco, California. And yeah. And my grandmother actually grew up in the north of the Republic. And so any of my sounds and stuff, I get a little bit from her. And I'm going to be singing the old churchyard.
Lovely.
No. Come, come with me to the old churchyard. I so well know that path 'neath the soft green sward. Friends lying there that we want to regard. We can trace out their names in the old churchyard. Mourn not for them, for their trials are o'er, and why weep for those who will weep no more? For sweet is their sleep, though cold and hard, their pillows lay deep in the old churchyard. I know that it's vain when our friends do depart to breathe kind words to a broken heart. And I know that the joy of life is marred when we follow lost friends to the old churchyard. But were I at rest 'neath yonder tree, oh, why would you weep, my friends, for me? I'm so weary, so wayworn, why would you retard the peace that I seek in the old churchyard? Oh, why weep for me? For I'm ready to go to that haven of rest where no tears ever flow. And I fear not to enter that dark, lonely tomb where our Savior has lain and conquered the gloom. I rest in the hope that one bright day sunshine will burst to those prisons of clay, and old Gabriel's trumpets and the voice of the Lord will wake up the dead in the old churchyard.
Amelia, that was absolutely beautiful. That was absolutely gorgeous. You have us in tears over here. There's a person over here on my left-hand side and she has a handkerchief out and everything. So thank you very much. And do pop in again for another session. So thank you. I'm going to finish off now and I'm going to hand over to another far-flung place from where I am. Inishmian, the Gunda na Góilín. Fergus Russell is going to take over for a while now. So here you are, Fergus. Off you go.
How are you, Anthony? How's everybody? Good to see you all again. And I'm going to call on three people. I'm looking for Michal McRoynall to sing us a song. Are you there, Michal? Unmute yourself, Michal. Michal? No sign of Micheál. We'll come back to Micheál. Would Rebecca Sweeney give us a song from Australia, please? Rebecca Sweeney? And I put the kibosh on everybody here. And Anthony O'Farrakhan, you give us a song. I'll see if I can raise the other ones.
Here now, come on. I was just about to take a rest.
Yeah, well, now you have to sing a song before you take a rest. Anthony.
Okay, I'll sing a song. So, okay, yeah. In Dublin town I was brought up, and it had been me dwelling. I fell in love with a pretty girl, and her name was Barbary Ellen. And her name was Barbary Ellen. I fell in love with a pretty girl, and her name was Barbary Ellen. For 12 long months I courted her, until I thought I'd get her. But wait a while, and you will hear how maidens' minds do alter. How maidens' minds do alter. But wait a while, and you will hear how maidens' minds do alter. Well, I fell sick and very bad, and I sent for her to cure me. But the word she said whene'er she came, I fear, young man, you're dying. I fear, young man, you're dying. The word she said whene'er she came, I fear, young man, you're dying. Dying, dear, how can that be? When one kiss from you would cure me. One kiss from me you'll never get if your very heart was breaking. If your very heart was breaking, one kiss from me you'll never get if your very heart was breaking. Well, do you remember Saturday night when we were in the alehouse? You drank ale with all fair maids, and you slighted Barbary Ellen. You slighted Barbary Ellen. You drank ale with all fair maids, and you slighted Barbary Ellen. Well, I do remember Saturday night when we were in the alehouse. I drank ale with all fair maids, but as a toast to Barbary Ellen, as a toast to Barbary Ellen, I drank ale with all fair maids, but as a toast to Barbary Ellen. As she crossed o'er her father's fields, she heard the death bell tolling, and every toll it seemed to say, hard-hearted Barbary Ellen, hard-hearted Barbary Ellen, and every toll it seemed to say, hard-hearted Barbary Ellen. As she was in her father's lawn, she saw his corpse a-comin'. Lay down, my true love's corpse, until I gaze upon him. Until I gaze upon him. Lay down, my true love's corpse, until I gaze upon him. Well, the more she gazed, the more she sobbed. Ah, but the more that she scorned at him, until all her friends cried out in shame, hard-hearted Barbary Ellen, hard-hearted Barbary Ellen, until all her friends cried out in shame, hard-hearted Barbary Ellen. Come, dear mother, make my bed down, and make it soft and narrow. A young man died for me last night, I'll die for him tomorrow. I'll die for him tomorrow. A young man died for me last night. I'll die for him tomorrow. Well, now this couple are dead and gone, and in one grave together. One of them died for pure true love, and the other in grief and sorrow. And the other in grief and sorrow. One of them died for pure true love, and the other in grief and sorrow. Good night.
Well done. Paul McRoynall, is he there? I saw him on the screen earlier on. Someone's muted me.
No, you can be heard, and so can Michal, actually.
I can't hear Michal. Can you hear me,
Yeah,
Michal?
unmute yourself, Michal.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Michal. It's good to see you.
Very good. And yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Very good, Michal.
I'll try Eleanor Naroon.
Má fear, má fear. Níl amagad.
Morgan Kedekun so Eleanor Naroon. Sorta vimas mino Trami mermoan Aragantil sechechark Stoistation abaneron Avrinlinda sog Toштешмил шпог Akron svaret sebjog Veganamort Maristias marjolhing naganalat Naruan Febo Ekegamachi Nahem Lon Gran fi bueleke godoi tree on suon chorgon mas fi bueleke naknehod Shivram o Christmas Avringelinda sog Toshte Shamil Shapog Achon Svaret Sabio Began Amort Maristas mar Yol hinnagan alat Eleanor narum Ezokatonawangato Eleanor no non se nakain hoku achits until sastor o tsakame snian me smadanyon yutse nakan hokme Avringelinda sog Toshte Shemil Shapog Akun Svaret Sabio Began Amort Maristas mar Yol hinnagan alat Eleanor narum
Thanks very much, Michal. Lovely to see you again and hear you. I'm calling now on Rebecca Sweeney from down under in Australia. Are you there, Rebecca?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, very good, Rebecca. Good to see you. Where are you based in Australia, Rebecca?
I'm Melbourne. I'm half an hour's different from Malachy.
All right, in Melbourne.
Yeah. It's
Right,
called
go ahead.
the Short Traveller Song. Oh, oh, Sally, my dear, it's you I'll be kissing. Oh, Sally, my dear, it's you I'll be kissing. She smiled and replied, you don't know what you're missing. Oh, Sally, my dear, I wish I could wed you. Oh, Sally, my dear, I wish I could wed you. She smiled and replied, then you'd say I misled you. If all the young men were hares on the mountain, if all the young men were hares on the mountain, how many young girls would take guns and go hunting? If all the young men, if young men could sing like blackbirds and thrushes, if young men could sing like blackbirds and thrushes, how many young girls would go beating their bushes? If all the young men
were fish in the water. Full of young men were fish in the water. How many young girls would undress and dive after? But young men are given to fishing and fooling. But young men are given to fishing and fooling. So I'll leave them alone and attend to my schooling.
Thanks very much, Rebecca. Thank you very much. I'm now going to call on stalwart of the Góilín, Mick Keeley. Can't get enough of Mick. Unmute yourself, Mick.
All right, Fergus, how's it going?
Good to see you.
You too, mate. Well, not since the time of the great King Otto, on the sweet Wicklow mountains while mitching from school. Well, there isn't on record a more glorious spring than was held on last Michaelmas up in Glencraig. Was the wedding of Larry McGrane's son. He got buckled to Julian Mangshane's son. From Mount Pelia to Petticoat Lane, sir, there was grub hunters up in Glencraig. Well, the bridegroom came riding horseback on a mule. He brought Fagan the fiddler up from Randcoe. Danny Murphy the piper, he couldn't be found. And Tim Mooney's jackass was released from the pound. The messenger Humpy Bang Casey, he was deaf, dumb, blind, bothered and lazy. And the night being dark, cold and hazy, sure we all smelled our way to Glencraig. It would be a difficult thing to name all that was there, as to count the pickpockets in Donnybrook Fair, and the most being strangers to both me and you. But for fear you'd be jealous, I'll name you a few. With a minor one, Mickey Malone, sir. He had a thundering great mind of his own, sir. It was made up of lovely freestone, sir, in the diggings above in Glencraig. With the village schoolmaster owl, Snuffy Bob Mac, 24 stone cutters from sweet Ballybrack, and Mickey McLaughlin came up from Lochbray, where he kept a neat sheep in for selling goat's whey. With the thundered and squalled on the Roonies, and the Kellys came in when the Coonies, and the Mulligans came in when the Moonies, to the wedding above in Glencraig. You'll be anxious to know how we fared out for grub. Well, we'd lashings of beef and was reared on the bung, and the mutton was found before it was lost by some of the boys o'er the Herdenbrunn crossed. For His Highness the Public Recorder gave some of them go-boys an order, leave of absence to cross o'er the border on a 7-year trip to Glencraig. Well, we killed an old pig we found lying in the ditch, and each of the company took a whole flinch. There was thunder and lumpers of mealy baked bread, and mock turtle soup that was made of pig's head. We had dumplings and buttermilk buns, sir, And the cabbaging came there in tons, sir, and we ate it and sure made a hum, sir, in the meadows that bloom round Glencree. Well, as soon as the boys had demolished the grum, as a matter of course, the next thing was the grung, and the skelting was mixed in Peg Donoghue's churn, and each in rotation was served out in turn. The first toast was the bridegroom and bride, sir, and then a speedy downfall on the tide, sir, and the flower of sweet Erin's pride, sir, and the Murphys that bloom in Glencree. Well, who chanced to come in when the dancing began but Rowdy Tim Ryan, the tax collector's man? And the boys saw him coming, the whisper went round, it was him put to Mooney's jackass in the pound. As he was going through a three-handed reel, sir, he got a sou'wester clout from Sam Shield, sir, and it knocked him clean head over heels, sir, and it soon stopped his waltz in Glencree. "Melia murder," he cried, "yous have killed me stone then." So we laid him outside on the now feather bend, and myself and Kate Kenny, a friend of the bride, danced jigs there for next to young Buck till he died. Well, the dancing it lasted all day, sir, and when we were going away, sir, sure we swore we'd come back twice as gay, sir, for the christening above in Glencree. Thanks, Barry.
Well sung, Mick. Thank you very much. I'm going to call on Deirdre Bialo Padden. Will you sing a song for us, Deirdre? Unmute yourself there. Unmute yourself. Down at the bottom screen of the screen on the left-hand side. No, different. Deirdre Bialo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, good.
Hi, everybody.
Where are you, Deirdre?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm in Brooklyn. Very good. With a name like Deirdre, do you have an Irish connection?
Oh, yes.
Very good. Very good. Give us a song, Deirdre, please.
All right, this will be an American one. One morning, listen. One morning in May, I heard a married man to a young girl say, rise up, pretty Katie, and come go with me to cross the Blue Mountains to the Allegheny. I'll buy you a horse, love, and a saddle to ride, and I'll buy another to ride by your side. We'll stop at every tavern whenever we're dry, and cross the Blue Mountains, my Katie and I. Then up spoke her mother, and angry was she then. Daughter, oh, hang on a second. Pitched it too high. Then up spoke her mother, and angry was she then. Daughter, oh daughter, he is a married man. There are other men aplenty, more handsome than he. Oh, let him take his own wife to the Allegheny. Oh, mother, he's the man of my heart. Wouldn't it be a terrible thing if we had to part? I'd envy every woman that ever I see cross the blue mountains to the Allegheny. I am parched. All right. The last time I saw them, they were saddled to ride. There was lovely Katie right by his side. They were laughing and singing, so happy to be free, to cross the blue mountains to the Allegheny. They left before daybreak on a buckskin and rope, drove through fall traveling pine trees where the mockingbirds moan, past dark cabin windows where the eyes do not see, to cross the blue mountains to the Allegheny. Next time I'll pitch it lower. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Deirdre. And we'll call you again in a while. Malachi in Adelaide. Unmute yourself, Malachi. Unmute yourself there.
I'm unmuted. Got caught in the hop, though, as the man says. How are you?
Good to see you, Malachi.
You too.
What's the weather like in Adelaide?
It's freezing cold.
Yeah, I thought so.
Pretty much like what it's like in Melbourne as well with Rebecca.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it's like the winter in Adelaide is like summer in Ireland.
Yeah, it was until 5 years ago. And then climate change kicked in. It's bloody freezing here.
Okay, Malachi, give us an out song there.
A noble whale ship and commander was called the Catalpa, they say. He sailed into Western Australia and stole 6 good Fenians away. So come all you screws, warders and jailers, remember the Perth Regatta Day. An eye on the rest of your Fenians, or the Yankees might steal them away. Well, you kept them in Western Australia till their hair had begun to turn grey. Till a Yank in the States of America said, come on, boys, we'll steal them away. So come all you screws, warders and jailers, remember the Perth Regatta Day. Keep an eye on the rest of your Fenians, or the Yankees might steal them away. Now all the Perth ships they were sailing and making good tack for the spot. But the Yankee tacked into Fremantle and he stole the best prize of the lot. Then the Georgia, all armed up with warriors, went out that Bell Yank to arrest. But he hoisted the Star-Spangled Banner, saying, you'll not be boarding me, boys, I guess. So come all you screws, warders and jailers, remember the Perth Regatta Day. And keep an eye on the rest of your Fenians, or the Yankees might steal them away. Once more. Come all you screws, warders and jailers, remember the Perth Regatta Day. Keep an eye on the rest of your Fenians, or the Yankees might steal them away. Thanks, Fergus.
Thanks very much, Malachi. You stay safe.
Yeah, you too.
I've been trying to contact Alison O'Donnell there to give us a song. Are you ready to give us a song, Alison? Unmute yourself. Yeah. Unmute yourself, Alison. Bottom left-hand corner. Can't hear you. Unmute yourself. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
There we have you.
Yeah, I haven't sung for a few weeks, so I think I'll sing the first song I ever sang in the Góilín almost 20 years ago, and I haven't sung it since.
Right, Alison, I'm looking forward to that.
I bet you don't know what it is.
I haven't a clue. I was probably there, all right.
Well, it's got the word love in the title.
Okay, go on.
Where Lagan Street sings lullaby, there blows a lily fair. The twilight glee is in her eye. The night is on her hair. And like a lovesick Lennon, she hath my heart enthrall. No life I owe, no liberty, for love is Lord of all. And often when the beetle's horn hath lulled the eve to sleep, I steal unto her shieling lawn, and through the dooring peep, there on the cricket's singing stone, she stirs the bogwood fire, and hums in sad, sweet undertone the song of heart's desire. A welcome like a love for me is from the heart within. Her warm kiss is felicity that knows no saint of sin. But when I stir my foot to go, it's like leaving love and light to feel the wind of longing blow from out the dark of night.
Thanks very much, Alison. I'm going to hand over to Martin Cronin very soon, but I'd like Frank Nugent to give us a song before I hand over to Marty. Frank, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Got me?
Good man, Frank.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
right, Frank.
An old Napoleonic ballad. You got me? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you're good, Frank, you're good.
By the margin of the ocean, one pleasant evening in the month of June, when all those feathered songsters their warbling notes did sweetly tune. Oh, 'twas there I spied a female, oh, and on her features were signs of woe. conversing with young Bonaparte concerning the bonny bond of roses. When first you saw brave Bonaparte, oh, you fell unto your bended knee. Oh, you asked your father's life of him, oh, he granted it right manfully. Oh, he told, oh, sorry, I got the verses wrong there now. Then speaks up young Napoleon, and he took his mother by the hand, saying, Mother dear, be patient until I'm able to take command. Then I'll rise a mighty army, and o'er the frozen Alps will go, and I will conquer the universe and return for the bonny bunch of roses. Oh, he took 300,000 men, oh, and kings likewise to bear his train. Oh, he was so well provided for that he could seek the world for gain. But when he got to Moscow, he was overpowered by sleet and by snow. And with Moscow all ablazing, he lost the bonny bunch of roses. Oh, son, be not too venturesome, for England is the heart of. Oh, and Ireland, England, and Scotland, oh, their unity shall ne'er grow. Oh, and remember your brave father, oh, in Saint Helena he lies low, and if you follow after, beware of the bonny bunch of roses. Oh, mother dear, adieu, adieu now and forever. If I'd lived, I'd been clever, but now I droop my youthful hair. Oh, and when our bones lie mouldering, and the weeping willow o'er us grow, at the name of young Napoleon will enshrine the bonny bunch of roses. Oh.
That was fantastic, Frank.
Man,
Thanks.
Frank, good man.
Thanks so much.
I'm going to hand over now to Martin E. Cronin. Thanks for everybody who sang and everybody who listened. And we'll see you next. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.
Not quite that time yet, but anyway, we have a few more songs to go. Going to take this opportunity to remind Marge that as she was the first singer, she will be asked to sing the last song. So I hope she hasn't wandered off or anything like that. In the meantime, if not, sure, we can hand it over to somebody else. But the first singer usually sings the last song on the Góilín nights. So I'm going to ask Elaine to unmute herself. It worked.
Yeah.
Where are you based, Elaine? I'm sure you've been asked before, but I just...
I'm in Glasgow.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And I'm going to sing a wee Glasgow street song from the 60s. That's a kind of child's protest song. It was from when everyone was moving in from the countryside to the new towns. and they were going into the high-rise buildings and stuff. So the main thing you need to know is that when I'm singing about peace, in this case, I'm singing about sandwiches. So that's what the wee one's singing about. It's quite a well-known song, so some of you might know it. It's called the Julie Peace song. I'm a skyscraper Wayne and I live on the 19th floor, and I'm not going out to play anymore. 'Cause since we moved to Castlemilk, I'm wasting away. 'Cause I'm getting one meal less every day. Oh, you can't fling your pieces out a 20-story flat. 700 hungry Waynes will testify to that. Be it butter, cheese or jelly, if your breed be plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. On the first day my ma chucked out a daughter Hovis Brun, it went skating out the windy and went up instead of down. Now every 27 days it comes back into sight, 'cause my piece went into orbit and became a satellite. Oh, you can't fling your pieces out a 20-story flat. 700 hungry Waynes will testify to that. Be it butter, cheese or jelly, if your breed be plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. On the second day my ma chucked a piece out once again. It went and hit the pilot of a low fast flying plane. He scraped it off his goggles shouting through the intercom, the Clydeside Reds have got us way a breeding jelly bomb. Oh, you can't fling your pieces out a 20-story flat. 700 hungry Waynes will testify to that. Be it butter, cheese or jelly, if your breed be plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. On the third day my ma thought she would try another throw. The Salvation Army band were playing down below. On what Christian soldiers was the piece they should have played, but the Oompa man was playing a piece in marmalade. Oh, you can't fling your pieces out a 20-story flat. 700 hungry Waynes will testify to that. Be it butter, cheese or jelly, if your breed be plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 99 to 1. Oh, we're going to write to Oxfam and try and get some aid, and all the Waynes of Castlemilk have formed a peace brigade. We're going to march to George Square demanding civil rights, like nae mayor hooses or peace flinging height. Oh, you can't fling your pieces out a 20-story flat. 700 hungry Waynes will testify to that. Be it butter, cheese or jelly, if your breed be plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 1991.
Brilliant, Elaine. Thanks so much. Absolutely brilliant. Colm Cuivánig, Umil Tún Sin. Super.
Yeah, I sang last week now, so I think it's only fair to give someone else.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cheers.
Since you're not present every week, so yeah. Okay. Sure. Look, we'll talk to you again. I'm going to go for Bridget. Oop. Where is she gone? I'll just try the bees. Sorry, I'm getting stuck now. I've the list is getting shorter. Because people are sneaking away early. That's what's happening there. People are sneaking away early. Right. Brigitte Clareg, and you may very well have sung last week as well, but will you unmute yourself and sing again, if so?
Yeah, well, I wasn't here last week, so I couldn't have sung last week.
Perfect.
I only heard today that Mary McPartlin died. And I was just like listening to a recording of her, and anyway, I'll sing this with her in mind. Although it's not the version she sang, I don't think, but There was a man. There was a man who lived in this town, and a man of high renown. He had a daughter, a beauty bright, and the name he called her was his heart's delight. Many young men came courting her, but none of them could her favour gain, till there came a man of low degree, and above them all, sure, she fancied he. Now when her father came this to know, for 50 miles he sent her awa'. For 50 miles he sent her away, for to deprive them of their wedding day. One night as Mary was going to bed, and just slipping off a gown, she heard a voice of deadly sound, saying, "Loose the bond, love, that we had bound." Her father's steed she did recall, her mother's mantle she knew also. She dressed herself in rich attire, and away she went with a heart's desire. 'Twas with her love she rode behind, she went far swifter than any wind. 'Twas with her love she rode behind, they went far swifter than any wind. For about an hour or a little more, then he said, "My darling, my head is sore." A holland handkerchief she then pulled out, and around his head she twisted about. She kissed his lips, and those words did say, "My love, you're colder than any clay." And when they came to her father's gate, "Alight, alight," the young man said, "Alight, my jewel, and go to bed, and I'll see you horse in the stable shed." And when she stood in her father's hall, "Who's there, who's there?" her father called. "'Tis I, dear father, did you not send for me by such a messenger, naming he?" He vowed and swore the young man was dead. He pulled the grey hairs down off his head. He wrung his hands and he cried full sore, but this young man's darling cried 10 times more. 'Twas early, early at the dawn of day, they went to the grave where that young man lay. Although he was 9 long months dead, a holland handkerchief was around his head. 'Tis a warning now for father's sake, and all young men and all young maids. For once their hearts and their vows they give, you'll never part them while they live.
Well done, Bridget.
Lovely, Brigitte. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Right, so it's 3 minutes to the witching hour of midnight. I am told that my attempt to screen share did not work very well. So I'm going to try it one more time. And I'm going to tell you that We have, can everyone see that? Well, of course, can everyone see that? Yes or no? But I can't hear you to find out.
Yes, Mara, can be seen.
Super. Okay, so that's the dates. You can see the website down there. If you're interested in Irish language, Shanno's singing, and you've heard some fantastic examples of that this evening. There's a little bit more information on www.shannos.ie, and we hope to have a fair bit of Irish language singing next Friday, and we have a fantastic session organised next Saturday. That's tomorrow week, the 27th, with some of the guests that would have been physically present if it wasn't for the coronavirus. So yeah, okay. So after that, and just before we finish, thanks to all who turned up to their laptops or iPads or iPhones or PCs or Macs or whatever. Thanks to all who sang. Thanks to those of you who sat and listened patiently all night. I hope you all enjoyed it. I am going to call on Margaret Steiner to unmute herself and to, if she's there, to sing the last song. Are you there, Marge? This is not looking good for our last song. One more call for Marge. Okay, I'm gonna have to find. Tell you what I'm gonna do actually. Eugene, you better be there this time, sir.
I am.
Ah, super. Okay, so you were actually planning.
Hang on. It's me. It's me. It's Marge. Can you hear me?
Oh dear. Right. Well, I'm going to have to call the both of you then. I'll tell you what I'll do. Eugene, will you sing the second last song, and then Marge, will you sing the last song?
Yes.
Super. Okay. So I'm gonna mute you, Marge.
Fine.
And I'll unmute you again when Eugene is finished. Eugene.
Okay.
Go for it. Sing something.
This is an old Dublin song. When I first came across the song, I was a bit confused because it begins, "What brings you into my room?" And I thought, this is a bit odd, should be my house. And then I realized that in the time the song was, the time that the song was written, most people lived in one room. That was their house in those big tenement buildings up in the north inner city. Anyway, it's a sort of a music hall song. Nice chorus to it. What brings you into my room, to my room, to my room? What brings you into my room? Said the mistress unto Dan. I came here to court your daughter, ma'am. I thought it no great harm, ma'am. Oh, Dan, me dear, you're welcome here. Thank you, ma'am, says Dan. Where did you meet me daughter, me daughter, me daughter? Where did you meet me daughter? Said the mistress unto Dan. Going to the well for water, ma'am, to fill the pail I taught her, ma'am. Oh, Dan, you are a clever man. Thank you, ma'am, says Dan. Now, if you wed me daughter, me daughter, me daughter. Now, if you wed me daughter, said the mistress unto Dan. Now, if you wed me daughter, Dan, of course you'll take me also, Dan. Oh, Dan, you are a lovely man. Thank you, ma'am, says Dan. Now this couple, they got married, got married, got married. This couple, they got married, Miss Elizabeth and Dan. And now he keeps her mother and her father and her brother. Oh, Dan, you are a lucky man. I'll go to hell, says Dan. That's it.
Thanks a million, Eugene. That was brilliant. Now, Marge. I've tried to unmute you, Marge. You need to
I'm trying
unmute.
to, let's see. Okay,
great.
I did it. Okay. All right. I am going to sing Friends and Companions that I got from the singing of the late Tessie Slowey, who was part of the great Connolly McMahon family. So she lived at the time in Dona between Newtown Butler and Litsniski. I got this in about 1978.
Super.
Yes. Dear friends and companions together combine, come raise up your glasses in chorus with mine. We'll drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again. Here's a health to the company and one to my lass. We'll drink and be merry all out of one glass. We'll drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again. Here's a health to my wee lass, right well I respect, for style and for beauty there's none can excel. She smiles on my countenance and she sits on my knee. Sure there's no one in this wide world so happy as me. Here's a health to the company and one to my lass. We'll drink and be merry all out of one glass. We'll drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again. There's a ship lies at anchor, I have seen her in dock. I wish her safe landed without shake or shock. And when I am sailing to the land of the free, I will always remember your kindness to me. Here's a health to the company and one to my lass. We'll drink and be merry all out of one glass. We'll drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again. I have read this old proverb, I have read it so true. My love, she's as sweet as the bright silver dew. I have read this old proverb, and indeed so have you. So friends and companions, I now bid adieu.
Fabulous. Okay. Unmuting everybody. Off you go.
And David Ingerson didn't get a song. Yes, there he is. And McDarry and Liam, whoever he is, and Maureen, they know she did get a song last week.